This is the first time that this ever happened in Kang Magazine. An advert for hard lager in the middle of the Dio program. Oh, I think I remember what this is. Dio Mail Day. Now, about 3 months ago, I wasn't having such a great time, and I felt the need for a sizable dopamine hit. When we go shopping or do generally exciting new stuff, that boosts the level of dopamine in our brain and makes us feel better until we need the next hit. So often the way. Anyway, on that day 3 months ago, I did what any self-respecting metal fan would do. I became possessed by metal and went on a mad Dio shopping spree, mainly on eBay. Do you ever do that kind of thing? And what you see here are the results of that Dio binge. I'm going to show you all these things in detail. I seem to recall that there are 2 different Dio tour programs in here, plus assorted cool Dio ephemera. Fans of Dio's Dream Evil album will especially enjoy this video. Let's find out when you tell me in comments. But first, you might be wondering why I've waited 3 whole months to actually see the stuff that I bought. 2 good reasons for this. One, I often save my mail to open on a rainy day, even if it's a kind of rainy day of the brain, or a rainy brain day, if you will. 2, I've been waiting to show this stuff to you. But to be honest, I'm not having a great time this weekend, and maybe you're not either. And so it could be fun for us to look through all this stuff together. Right, we're off to the witch. We may never, never, never come home. Aha! Yeah, this is press cuttings, mostly from the era of Dio in Black Sabbath and the Heaven and Hell band, and some of these kind of after Ronnie left us. This is from Classic Rock. Dave Ling there, veteran journo. Nice fella. Oh, there's quite a lot of stuff here. Oh, this really takes me back. Do you remember this one? This was from a Metal Hammer in maybe in 1986, actually. Vinny Appice there, looking very 80s indeed. Craig Goldie. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the 2 Ronnies. That joke will probably only make sense to people in the UK or Anglophiles elsewhere in the world. That is a great magazine. And a Dio discography. Can we have a special mention here for Claude Schnell wearing a jumper which has piano keys designed into it. Yeah, information about Dio singles there. At this point, we're up to, as you can see, the latest one is 1986, the Hide in the Rainbow. Well, the title really wasn't Hide in the Rainbow, was it? It was the Dio EP. Not the most accurate discography, but still. It's a Dio fan mag. It's a re-evaluation of the later albums from Dio's catalogue. Angry Machines, Magica, Killing the Dragon, Master of the Moon. And Magica gets the best review there, 8 out of 10. I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll rank them myself. There's some nice little curios here. Look at that. Unfortunately, I'm not sure which magazine this was, but they've got the title of the DVD they're reviewing back to front. Divine or Evil. Who on earth would think that would be the title? Oh, this is a really nice package. That's the sort of thing that I'll put in a folder and just dip into occasionally when I need a shot of Dio, which is quite often. This is maybe the 4th or 5th video I've made involving Dio, by the way, so I'll put a playlist at the end of this video and you can dip into that and watch all of the videos, only if it pleases you though. There is a lot of stuff in here, including a kind of obituary in classic rock, I think, by my friend Paul Elliott, another Kerrang veteran. What's next? What is in here? Oh, yes. I'm excited about this. It took me a while to find this on eBay at a reasonable price. I'll put a link in the video description so you can search for some of these things yourself. Now, I'm a big fan of the Dream Evil album. I think sometimes it gets a bit of a bad rap from Dio fans, but for me, it's a really atmospheric record and I love it. Dream Evil was the first Dio record to come out while I was a fan, if you know what I mean. It was my first experience of a new Dio album coming out. This is Ronnie himself, by the way, isn't it? What a cheeky imp. I wonder who wrote this. I guess we'll see at the end who wrote this. Nice big text here for an aging metal journo like me. This looks great. I'm not a big fan of tour programs that are just pictures. I want some text. So how about you? What do you prefer tour programs to be? And do you ever get tour programs anymore in metal? I don't think you do. I once edited one for the Wild Hearts a long time ago, and that was a lot of fun. Also a lot of work though. Ah, the words to Dream Evil. Great. The True Story of Murray. Wow, this could be a whole video in itself. I love this picture. I think that just looks amazing. Oh, look at Jimmy Bain. Look at that face. He's given it some serious bass action there. Oh, this is going to be a brilliant thing to sit down and read. This is great for gearheads, well, so to speak. Not that type of gearhead. I mean, people who love musical gear. Here's a list of everything that each member of the band used at the time. Oh yeah, bit of cross promotion here with Warlock's rather good Triumph and Agony album. It's my favourite thing that I've heard Doro Pesh do. Tell me in comments if you think she's ever made a better album. Because I know there's a few Doro fans out there in my viewership. I'm a big fan of adverts like that. That looks great, and I love this album cover. I think it's awesome. There's a quote from All the Fools Sailed Away there. Love that. Love it. Yeah. I think I can remember what this is, and it's an issue of Kerrang! Now, I don't know why this isn't still in my archives, but I couldn't find it anywhere when I wanted to have a look at it and reread this cover story, because again, it's from the Dream Evil period, but I couldn't find it, and it was cheap enough on eBay. Back issues of Kerrang!, if you're feeling nostalgic, are pretty cheap on eBay. And by the way, if you are feeling nostalgic for Kerrang!, then you'll want to pick up my book, From the Front Lines of Rock, which gathers 30 of the best interviews I ever did for the magazine. The link is in the video description, you won't be shocked to hear. Wimpwire. There's a classic. There's a classic column. Oh, the Garage Days EP. Honestly, you could have a whole video of me just going through old issues of Kerrang! Let me know if you'd like that. This was before I wrote for the magazine, by the way. I think this was the year before. Yeah, that's right. And I'm making a video about how I started writing for Kerrang! So subscribe if you'd like to be sure of catching that one. This is the first time that this ever happened in Kerrang! Magazine. Dave Dixon deciding to give 2 Ks to side 1 of Dream Evil and 4.5 to side 2. Now that's just contrary nonsense. How can you give 2 Ks to a side of an album that starts with Night People? Although in fairness, he does really like Night People. Oh look, there's Xavier Russell there, reviewing Coroner. My friend Xavier loves the thrash metal. There we go. Stefan Shirazzi, another friend of mine, another Kerrang! Veteran, interviewing Ronnie here at his castle house in LA. Stefan starts the interview by asking Ronnie if he's ever played Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sure Ronnie loved that. Although I'm convinced there was a real crossover between Dio fans and Dungeons and Dragons fans, and that's one of the things that made Sacred Heart so enormous in 1986. Whoa, a nice full-page advert. What's next? Something tells me this could have been bought on eBay. I just have a sixth sense. So great to get this finally open and share it with you. Oh, I think I can remember what this is. Yes! Now this is a really lazy purchase on my part. It's an advert, a magazine advert for Dream Evil, framed. That's really cool. Very nicely framed, although I can't quite see the L in Evil, so it looks a bit like it's Dream Evie. Maybe her name is Evie. I think that looks really nice. Now you see, I could have easily done this myself by cutting the back off of this magazine and putting it in a frame, but I'd have to get the right size frame and then take some time lining it up, and I'm not a big fan of cutting up magazines either, even though by buying this I've encouraged the guy to do more. But it looks really nice and I'm going to enjoy hanging that up on the wall, I think. Love that artwork. Look at Murray there, looking through the window. You big weirdo, Murray. Yes, what is in here? I think I can remember, and I think I'm going to be very happy with this. That's the back of it. And there is the front. How classic is that? Such classic Dio imagery. And of course this is the cover of the Intermission album, I think. I'm pretty sure that's the same picture. And there we can see some droppings that the dragon has left. Can you see that? Someone obviously didn't entirely stage train him. Love that Dio logo. Isn't it great? Let's see what this one's like. So this, of course, is the Sacred Heart tour program. And again, this looks like it's got plenty of text in it. As far as I could see, the Last in Line tour program was mainly pictures, which is why I didn't go for that and instead went for Sacred Heart and Dream Evil. In some ways, in many ways in fact, I favour those albums over the first 2 Dio albums. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? And you'll see some of that kind of taste reflected in my top 20 Dio songs video that I made. That's a great picture. Craig Goldie. Great pictures of Craig there. Looking very cool with that guitar. That is an awesome guitar, isn't it? Jimmy Bain, the workhorse of rock. It's so sad that he's no longer with us. Good old Jimmy. What is this? An advert for Harp Lager in the middle of the Dio program, stapled in. This was obviously there. This was obviously some kind of sponsorship. So Harp Lager sponsored the Sacred Heart tour in the UK. Good God. I'm pretty sure that Harp Lager is not available anymore, but let me know if I'm wrong on that. Vinny Appice. Yeah, Vinny. Very cool. And Claude Schnell, also cool in his own right. How many drums did Vinny have there? That is literally about a 40 drum setup he's got there. Absolutely amazing. I love this. There's not a whole load of text, but there's enough. A full list of Dio's crew on the Sacred Heart tour. Lots of equipment that the band use, which is handy, if you like that sort of thing. Nice quote from Ronnie there. That's great. And so is that. Yes, Ronnie. Slay that dragon. Love you. Shall treasure this. Let me know in comments which piece of mail you found to be the best. By the way, if you're deranged enough to want a signed Christmas card from me in the mail, then take advantage of my Patreon special offer that runs until Sunday, December the 10th. When you join my Patreon at the terrifying pledge tier or above, I'll send you a signed Christmas card. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. I'll put a link to my Patreon offer on this screen, but if you simply fancy watching more Dio videos, here's my playlist. Thanks so much for watching, and please remain possessed by metal.